X and O's on another note. Oh, break me for so fucking do with you.
I don't like getting ready while I'm just on my videos, but this was my sister's idea, and I was like, what about if I just go with it? So I'm gonna try doing like a story time.
I'm gonna say all this in Shona so that Hanswe Shanindi Taura, okay? Because I don't want him to hear what I'm going to say, because I know like muda or something like that, you understand? So we met Instagram, but here I'm gonna say it like in a full detail. So we met Hunt, and yeah, like the first time we met online, time yakashika kanoka pa door, and then I was like, okay. Then ndovanoka pa door vandatofara, you know, my first date, because I'm not into dating kana ndiri kuno kuAmerica, because I watch a lot of true crime documentaries, so I'm always like kundikauraiwa, so andifari zvekudata nevanhu. So I mean, I just trusted him. Then I was like, okay, Dova away. And then I was like so happy to see him. He was tall. He's not handsome. He's like a little bit ugly. And those are the type of guys that are like, like we can be in competition. So Dova ndakamuna, and then I was like, wow. And then so he was like, let's go. And then we went together. Then we went to like his apartment. Then ndovatashika ku apartment kwake, and then we started like and then tovatoshika ku apartment kwake, then ndova ati ndibetsera kurongedza hembe. Don't judge me, andizi ndaitsvage ku apartment kwake on the first day though. And then ndova ati ndibetsera kudi kurongedza hembe dzangu, and that's alright. And then we started talking, and then like pindrana, because I would say something and then he would be like, yeah, and then he would say something, I'll be like, yeah. So you know, you see, we just vibed. Like he was like my best friend, you know. Tango wirana, you know, life and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I loved him so much. And then I started loving him. So the relationship was nice, guys. Like good at something like pure. So he was like, I started realizing my red flags, like those who were on my Instagram. So if you are wondering, could you say this is color corrector? So my dark circles, and so this is a corrector. I put the corrector kuti divisa my dark circles. So my red flags and the is he's following list. Like that was a fucking red flag. So you need to notice a following list. You should do that also. Kana uri mskana, even uri mkomana, tasa following list mskana. Kana makazara vakomana tima, you are safe. Kana makazara varungu, you are not safe, babe. So following list yake kanye kuzara zvarungu zvakawanda steric. So that was the first red flag. I was like, oh, anangosiyana nazvo. And then as we went on, he started getting disrespectful, like shaninga chingotaura behavior yake. He wasn't disrespectful to an extent that anondiudza zvinhu kuti hey, you look like this is noita mwakomana, utanga chidzasika kuti hey, witi wagain weight or stuff like that. No, he wasn't that type of disrespectful. Izvo zvanga asingaitake. So yeah, that's what he did, maona. So what happened was kuti I would be with him like kana asiri kubasa all the time, aninga aneni kana indisiri kubasa ndinenge ndinaye, and he would help me with a lot of stuff. Aindibetsera nezvakawanda. But one thing he didn't want to do, he didn't want to go like on dates. Anga singaiti izvozvo. which made me think, is he embarrassed of me? What the fuck is going on? Maona. So I didn't like that. Doesn't got farire, but hapana zvekuzviita maona. So because at the end of the day I am an introvert, saka neniwo zvokuendaenda out nandisingatodiwo, so ndakangozviignore. It wasn't a big deal in the relationship. So isiri big deal kudaro, inini semunhu wekuti unongori mulove ndaitozviignore, ndaignore mared flags akawandisa zvaiita, stuff like that. But he was actually a nice guy, because like he would buy anything that I want, stuff like this. So then this other day we had an argument, tainitsana, and then we were talking about like the other people varungu, and then tichinetsana daro ndobva ati hanzizvonizvo vasikana vatema, you are ghetto, stuff like that. That is a topic inonetsa kuno kuamerica, like vasikana vatema tichingonzi tiri ghetto, chero vasikana vatema kuafrica tisina zvataiita tichingonzi tiri ghetto. So like I said, that's how it is kuno kwantimaona. So what happened was, kuti, to be honest, we shared a lot of things in common. Like the relationship was like good most of the times, and tagra chinetsana here and there. So there was this time, like we got so comfortable around each other. Like I would say that was my first real relationship. I got like super comfortable around him to an extent yekuti he even like went to the toilet ndiripo akasinganyari, and that's how our relationship was. I guess she got to that extent. So this other time he said he was like after my months, I'm not gonna get into detail of like the good moments, because I can't want this, and they're so fun, and some of them I cannot say them pana, but and then after like this other time he wanted to go like for a day, for like a function because I not graduate. So aba ati ndopenda graduation, which I was like, okay, because he's my boyfriend and I could graduate. I was so happy. That was like a dinner yekuchikoro even ongacha graduate. Papa was like, okay, ndova ndamuregedza, and then he went akashika. So I don't know, maybe he met his ex over there or something like that, because when he came home, like because I helped him choose outfit, and I choose outfit, everything, and then he came home ashika kumba, and then tadi ashika kumba, and then tatanga kututaura. Then I'm asking him, how was it, chichi pepe? Then he was like, oh, it was like fine. So under my eyes I usually put face powder, but I also like putting my blush. I see a pink aesthetic. I also like putting blush, if you're wondering. So then I was like, okay. Then and then he receives a phone call. Then I'm like, okay, don't a phone call. I thought, because I'm not that kind of a girl who's like dramatic. No, I just chill. So I chilled. I sat back, and then they got triggered. What's going on? Then ndovatanga kutaura pafoni, akadera phone, akatanga kutaura pafoni, and then I was just sitting there ndakangotarisa kuti, are you serious kutaura nemunhu ndiripo? So I just kept quiet ndikamsiya. I know you're thinking kuti, hey, I would never do that. To all the girls out there who think kuita drama it's gonna change a person, come nasina kukurora, don't be dramatic. Siya zvakadaro. Aufoka mchinja kana ari musikana uri kuda, aufoka zvichinja. So just chill. So ndopa ndangochilla zvangu ndobva vapedza kutaura pafone. Then I was like, what the fuck? Hey, she's just a friend. I was like, friend yauntaura nayo 30 minutes pafone, and you were smiling. Akatobuda murume nandiri, and they were speaking their language, because he's not from Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, they were speaking their language. I was like, there's no friend like that. So ndopa akavati, hey, inini iwe ukataura nemunhu pafoni ndogoti chii, she's just a friend, aichabvunzi tashamwari. I was like, you know what, bye. I was like, can you take me home? Then he was like, no, you're not going anywhere, because madezi achinasanda nemota, you're not going anywhere. Ndagara pepa, I'm stuck with him. I'm like, ndodadzokera kumba kwangu to my apartment. By the way, I do not leave my apartment evakomana. That's not like me. So I'm sitting there ndikufunga kuti ndodii. So then I remembered I have a cousin animota. So then that's when I called my cousin. I was like, hello, come and pick me up, because Japanapa and Chadi. So then I told him, cousin yangu kiyazoni pick her up. And then he was like, okay. And then I was like, so I was now mad. So nanakara beda dichimu ignore. And then he was like trying to hug me, yeah, usayenda, yeah, whatsoever. So then I was like, no, sandibata. Then davandari ndakamirira kuti cousin yangu idi isvike. So I'm putting freckles. I love makeup in my freckles. It's so good on me. So I'm like, usandibata, cousin yangu yakutouya. So then cousin yangu yakabva yasvika. Cousin yangu ichisvika, roommate yake yaitosvikawo. Then ndo andasangana neroommate yake padoor. Roommate yake ikangoita zvezvekunditarisa kuti what's going on, because ndakacharge ndichibuda ndakatsamwa. And then ndasvika kumba, he sent me a message. And then he said, oh, he didn't apologize. He was explaining his side. Danzi, hey, ndasingafani kudaro, but I just thought kuti hazvina basa. Hapana pakamunzi sorry. He didn't apologize. Hapana pakamunzi sorry. Hey, ndanga ndisingafani kudaro. Hey, whatsoever. I was like, ndakavhura message yacho ndikaignore. And then the following day, it was Saturday. It was Friday. Nakutaura. Saturday was his graduation. I'm chilling at home. Like, I'm genuinely happy for him. I'm waiting for him kuti aposte or something, so that like nditaure naye. I was waiting for him kuti ndigotaura naye. And then like I said, I'm just chilling at home. Ndakanyarara pepa ndakatomirira kuti oh, my boyfriend whatsoever, you know, type shit. Ndakagara kumba. And then from nowhere I post a status and he is with another girl. Vakahagana. I'm like, the fuck? And you know, I was like so in love with this guy to an extent yakuti I just froze, ndakaita stressed. And then I just sat there stressed, ndakaita stress, thinking to myself, chichaitika. Ndakarwadziwa. I don't want to lie to you. Ndakarwadziwa. And then just kept quiet. I didn't talk to him for like a whole week. Until Azondi texted her, and then he said, "Ndikuva kuchikoro. Can I see you?" I feel like a piece of shit for saying yes, but so I was like, okay, fine. Where? And then that's when he came. I'm looking for my brush. I can't find it. So ndakandakamuti where? Then auya ndobva asvika. And then I was like, what the fuck? Like, genuinely, what the fuck? And then he was like, yeah, muskane, I don't want to lie to you. Ndaida kunzwa kuti unanoti chii, because hazi ndine girlfriend. Officially ndakarambana newe. I was planning it kuti ndoda kuposta musikana graduation and antombodai naye musikana iyeye whatsoever. I was like, okay, fine. Ndobva ndamuti so kausingadai neotora naye picture pachi zvikanzi musikana hatozvizivi kuti ndakamuposta zvototi akaudziwa anogona kutonditsamwira kuti ndakamuposta because handizivani naye, ndakangomuona akangosangana naye. Then I was like, nombora yatitorwe picture, like because pava nanhu akawanda, then katora naye picture, then vanamuposta. And then you know what my dumbass did? Ndakamuregerera. Then he was like, let's go. And then we went to his apartment, you know. And then like I was just happy to be with him. Ndisingafunge kuti what the fuck is going to happen after this. Pfungwa dzangu dzaingofunga kuti ndadzokerana naye. That's all I wanted in the moment. Ndisingafunge kuti mangwana zvichazodii. And then sorry, put too much eyeliner. So so the next day akavanti dzosa, he was like super nice. And then daddy ndazoti umwe musi he left me kuapartment kwake because akanditi hande ndokusiya kumba ndichienda kubasketball. Then I was like no, this kuda kuenda kumba daurara. So ndobva ati alright ndokusiya, ndobva andisiya ndeitotaura neshamwari yangu pacall. That's when I went through his trash. I mean, you know, girls, you're just crazy. Then I went through his trash. That's when I found used condoms in his trash. Then I was like, the fuck? I was so mad. I know what she did when we had broken up. And I'm leaving. Then I was like, what, hey, she? Then when I'm sending my pictures, then he was like, hey, I think it's my friends because pataka graduator vanga vari kumba whatsoever. I think my friends are vari kumba, it's not me whatsoever. And I was like, murumako. He was like, hey, nandisipo, maybe they did it vakango siya murumang. And you know what my dumbass did? Now I feel like I'm so embarrassed, but anyways, shakatoitika. And then that's when I was like, okay, do an unbeliever, but I took my stuff ndikabuda mbamaki because I told him kuti paunodzoka ndidi kutarisana niwe. So ndakabva ndabuda ndovanenamba kwangu. And then after that he tried his best to be a good boyfriend for me and himself. He was like nice at that point, like he was being a good person, he was being a good genuine person. Then as time went on, like everything was fine at this point. It's just very ball. And then relationship didn't do fire. So then now he was like super attached because IT pisipari free. Anga kunguti akangweta free chet utofura chinditora. Then there was this day I was at his house. Ndishimruka msoro because I anoruka msoro. Then we had an argument. Ndova ndatsangwa ndikati ndonosiya kumba kwangu. In fact ndakatsangwa ngati manhero ndambodaro ndakaramba ndiriko ndikarara ndichiona mamovie paipad pangu ndichimunyangadza nenoise. Then the following morning ndova ndamuti take me home ndidzosere kumba. Then ndobva ndidzosera kumba kwangu tatikatotsangisana ndobva ndisiya namuti bye ndakangoburuka mota ndakatsamwa. Then ndobva ndaburuka mota ndobva ndapinda mumba ndobva ndazvigarira. Then I was wondering to myself kuti relationship the fuck. And then that's when he texted me zvikanzi ndokumbira kuuya zokutora. It was like 2 hours later. He was like ndokumbira kuuya zokutora, I miss you. I was like the fuck, nandiriko like 2 hours ago, what are you trying to say? Then that's alright. Then I went to his house. Then we spent some time together. And then was the next day. And then that's when he decided to move to another city because ndoko akawana basa. This is a regional town. It's like small. Ungambwani basa no pay aesthetic, like a good job. So that's when he was like, because he studied engineering, so he had to go to the other city. City, and then by time I slept on the floor with him because mbeda wake zvese anga zviendesa kucity anga akatama. Office is like 1 hour 30 minutes away, and kuti aramba tama up and down zvasingaiti. So mbeda wake, most of his things zvanga zvaenda, and mumba make maifanira kucleaniwa, aifanira kutora zvinhu zvasara, stuff like that. So I spent 2 days ndichigara kumba kwake ndichimubetsera kucleana mumba, stuff like that. Then makuseni the third day ndefanonge ndiri koba ndefanenda kubasa. So then he went akanondisiya kumba ndovandaenda kubasa. After basa ndovandadzoka. Mind you, was sleeping on the floor pazvimakusheni zvepasofa so zvacho zvekuti zviya zviri zvihombe zvezve taizvibatanidza. Then we slept on the floor. He forgot about all that, mind you. And then ndikamubetsera. Then I cleaned the kitchen because ukasacleana kitchen ukasacleana uchibuda unobhadhariswa mari yekuti vanhu vanozocleana vazobhadharwa nemari iyoyo. So I cleaned the kitchen, ndamubetsera everything, ndaneta. Then he saw kuti ndaneta kanditi chirega ndanorara. Ndikanorara, he was sweet sometimes. Then vananorara, then akasara, you know, achipedzesa. Then ndopa akapedzesa zvinhu akacleana. Then na 2 a.m. ndopa akazo, no, it was like 3 a.m. ndopa akapedza. Then ndobva aurara. Then the following day vatamuka ndobva ndisiya kumba. That was the final day rekupedza apartment yake. Ndobva aenda, and he would come like every weekend. And this other time he had a party. Pane party shamwari yake vene party. Then he came akaenda kuparty iyoyo. And then he left early akauya kunoku kwandiri just to be with me, you know. And then after that, handizivi kuti chii chakaitika. He just switched off. He changed, like, he just changed completely. I was shocked. Kuti, is this the same person? He was now rude to me, angangochinja, and then I didn't know what to do. So it's someone akakwana. I knew this was it. I needed to end it because I think he was waiting for me to just like end it. So I straight up went to him. Kamuza. I didn't go to him. I sent a message. You know what? Maybe we should just end this. Then he was like, yeah. Then that's how we ended things. After that, I deleted his number on WhatsApp, and we have fighted a lot of times. They deleted number zake, but angasinga deleted zangu. This time he deleted mine. Then I knew it was over. So I was hurt because this was my first relationship where I was like in love, and this was my first relationship in my memories. So I was hurt so much. I was sitting there and ndichifunga kuti what went wrong chichaitika, you know. So but hapana zvekuzviita kana zvatongodhakwa. So I moved on with my life. Kasiyana naye, and then we didn't talk. We talked when I wanted to ask him stuff about motor, and he seemed uninterested on the call, and I realized kuti achirafura achichinja. There were things we discussed teaching relationship about the car and how I was going to purchase the car, which car I was going to purchase, and he looked uninterested. And then I just was like, okay, fine, you understand. And then on a random day, I was like, why are you sending me this? It was like a reel talking about even if you love a beach whatsoever. The one he was like, I loved you so much and you took me for granted. I was like, I'm not the one who started acting different and acting weird in relationship. So we went back and forth, and it led to an argument. And then I deleted the chat because ndakachengeta chat racho nima pictures anga mufoni ndakachengeta because I was like I wasn't over him. So ndopa ndakazoona kuti tatukana, stuff like that, and I was like, there is never going back from what happened. So ndakabva ndadelete chat racho ku Instagram ndoranga rasara nima pictures anga mufoni. So ndakabva ndangosiyana nazvo. Then he was like, can I see you? then I was like, okay. But and then when he saw me, that's when like he was like inspecting the car that I bought, because he was the only male figure in my life. I did and after him, the other guy that I dated during the time Grwm August, he was just weird. He wasn't a guy I could rely on, or when ngati anganditra chakati nechakati, he wasn't like that. So akava uya ndobva inspector mota yangu akandiudza kuti this is wrong pamota yako chichichi, so and so, and it actually helped me. Then after that, we had a conversation. Then we were like, then he was like, you should come and visit me, stuff like that. And what I realized was good. He wants us to be friends or act like we're in a relationship and like be there for him. Yeah, like he will be there for me, but it's in a relationship. And I was like, I'm not okay with that, because you are someone that I had a lot of feelings for, and some of these feelings, like, they're still there, and I cannot be friends with you. So my friends. So yeah, we don't talk. Because I'm a story, he replies sometimes, but we no longer talk. I don't talk to him. Do you know, ignore message again.
We don't talk anymore like we used to.
And we don't talk anymore, and yeah, I'm fine with it. I guess this is the end, and yeah, I feel like that's the worst thing that has ever happened to me. And like, I wasn't okay, and I'm still not okay because you ever loved someone and then munongo could treat her like that. Like, it's just so unfair, but I guess that is life, and we gotta move on. Bye.